Oh, excuse me. I was asleep. I mean, it was a short night. It's been a busy time. And we humans, we sleep, right? Now, I bring that to you because this is Bible Boat Week. And Bible Boat Week, we've gone through a number of different boat expressions so far, or boat experiences. And I urge you, if you haven't, take time to go back and cruise through those boat videos. But today, I've made it into the New Testament, and there's a sleeping boat story that we need to talk about. If we read Matthew's account of it, it's in Matthew chapter 8. Jesus has just been very active in ministry. He's been having to deal with a lot of people. He's been having to heal a lot of people. It's been an exhausting time. He's had to be on his guard against people trying to trick him and trap him and all of this kind of stuff. And so Jesus sets out across the lake of Gennesaret. It's also called the Sea of Galilee. And the followers of Jesus, a number of his disciples, were fishermen from that lake, so they knew the lake well. They knew boats well. So Jesus gets in a boat with these folks. Now, if you ever go to Israel, you'll find a boat museum where they've got a model of a first century fishing boat from the time of Jesus. And it was stuck in mud, and when the water got real low on the lake, they discovered it. Like, I don't know, it was less than 100 years ago. They've salvaged it. They put it in this museum. It's in remarkable condition. But if that's indeed the kind of boat that Jesus got in, we know that it was a boat that was about 20, I think that one's 28, 29 feet long, something like that. It would have been snug for Jesus and his disciples. I mean, you got at least 13 and maybe a few others with them. So it would have been snug, but they get in the boat. It's evening, and the boat's going across the lake, and Jesus goes to sleep. Now, while Jesus is sleeping, a storm arises, and they have squalls and storms on the lake quite often over there. And this storm is bad enough that the disciples are having trouble keeping the boat afloat. I mean, they're bailing water. These were wide boats that were very shallow. And so they're precarious in that way with waves and all. So you got to figure they're bailing to get the water out. And they wake up Jesus. Mark even says, hey, don't you care that we're about to drown? The idea being all hands on deck. You need to be bailing water or manning an oar or handling a rudder. You need to be doing something. This is life critical. Now, Jesus came from Nazareth, which is up in the hill country, unlike the disciples who are lake bodies as fishermen. And we don't know how much experience Jesus had with boats, certainly some. But they awaken Jesus, and Jesus's reaction is pretty great. He says, why are you scared, O ye of little faith, or O you of little faith? Jesus was God made man, and as such could sleep. But God, the Father, he's not sleeping. He's not going to let his entire work on earth get derailed by a thunderstorm and a squall out on the lake. The disciples were scared to death that because Jesus was asleep, that somehow God wasn't paying attention to what was going on. God does not sleep. God knows what's happening in your life right now. He knows what's happening in mine. And we can rest assured that we can trust him, which is what the word faith is rooted in. It's rooted in trust. We can trust God with the storms of our life, even if it might seem he's asleep in the boat. God does not sleep, and he is ready to help you today. And that is your video thought for today. And I got to take a nap.